Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do to improve the UI on this website is install the accordion on this page. This is the index.html page that we just added the jQuery UI references to. So this page has some header tags and some content, and it's perfect for an accordion. So let's go over to the jQuery UI site. And click on the accordion widget. And there it is. So on every widget page, jQuery UI provides a view source option. It has a little eyeball icon. We're going to click that, and we're going to pull the important stuff from here. So the first thing that you're going to want to do, and this is true for every single one of these widgets, you're going to want the script tag that it comes with that calls the function that will create your widget. And then there's also a pattern that you need to follow with your HTML. So let's grab that script tag. And we are going to place that on our index.html page in the head tag underneath our script references. So we've got that. The second thing that's important, like I said before, is the pattern that you need to follow with the HTML. So the pattern for this particular widget is a parent element that's going to be a div tag with an ID of accordion. Underneath that parent element, so as you'll see, there'll be an open tag and a close tag surrounding all of this. That's going to be our accordion. And beneath that parent is going to be a header tag. In this case, it will need to be an h3 tag followed by a div. So h3 div, h3 div. Now, whatever you put underneath that div isn't important in this case. So it doesn't have to be a paragraph tag. Some of you might be opposed to paragraph tags and prefer to use divs. Well, you don't need a paragraph tag. So you can put whatever you want underneath the div as long as it's valid, well-formed HTML. So let's go do that to our index.html page. So it looks like I already have the majority of the pattern here. I've got an h1 tag that says so many ideas, and I have h3 div, h3 div. So the thing that I'm missing is the parent element that's required. So that's going to be div ID equals accordion. Now let's make sure I go down here and I close that tag. So I've got my open tag and close tag, and I'm going to go ahead and format that. So div ID equals accordion. I've got h3 div, h3 div. And let's verify. I've got my script up here, and accordion is spelled the same on the ID. And let's save that. And let's see if it worked. And there you have it. There's the accordion. So you might be wondering, what if I already have an ID on this parent and I want to use that ID? This wrapper here is my fancy content. Maybe I already have a class on it. Well, that's just fine. What you'll need to do is take the ID right here and make sure it matches the ID. We have a pound there, and that specifies ID just like you do in your CSS. So you're saying, I want to apply the accordion to the element with the ID, my fancy content. So let's save that. And just so that you believe me, let's view the page, view the element and inspect it. And you can see that we've got the UI Accordion My Fancy Content. So one thing to keep in mind here is that jQuery UI is going to be adding some classes and IDs to the things within here. Your My Fancy Content ID will remain intact. So if you already had some styles on there, say that you have some sort of global style, like you want a special font in there, or you have some special background color, well, that ID will honor it. But what it will do is it'll come in here and it'll add UI Accordion, UI Widget. So it's going to add all of these CSS classes that the jQuery UI library utilizes in order to make the widget happen. So there you have it, a jQuery UI Accordion.